So we are recording.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, hello, how are you today? This is
I'm
Goldie
doing
Loves
well.
You. This is Goldie Loves You, and I am speaking to Angela. Well, it's Angela Lee. What is your last name now?
It's Lee. It's formerly Watkins is my maiden name. My maiden
Got
name.
you.
Yep.
Okay. So we have Angela Lee. We are here in Dubuque. She is one of the, I would say, instrumental educators in this area, and it's so important that children of color and any child to have the honor to have a woman of color as a teacher. So introduce yourselves and tell everyone that's listening who you are and all that good stuff.
I am Angela Lee. I recently just got married last month. I live in Dubuque. I am from Chicago. I moved here. This year will be 2 years. I currently work for the school district in Dubuque. I'm a secretary at Prescott Elementary School. I've been in that role for a year now. I started there as a para, and when the position opened up, I applied for it. My background is in early childhood education. I worked as a education coordinator. I've been a toddler teacher, infant teacher, school age. So my background is early childhood childcare. And when I moved out here, I kind of wanted to branch away from that and do something different, and got into the school system. And I loved it. And then the position for the secretary happened to open up. I applied for it because I did have some manager leadership experience. And so I got it, and I like to say I've been rocking it. So I love it. I am out of the secretaries in the district, I am the only African-American Black secretary. And so it's really, I take my role very seriously, and it's important for me, especially since I work in a downtown school that is catered, I shouldn't use the word catered to, but majority of our students are in low-income areas or, qualify for free or reduced. So it is important for me to be an example for those kids, especially so kids can see someone like them in a role such as that in leadership. So I love it. I enjoy the kids. I enjoy the families. It's one of my passions, being a resource and being helpful. So that's just kind of a general overview of who I am and what I've been doing. So, yeah.
Awesome. So when I say, so I know you were secretary, but I know you had educational background. So I say you were educator because I think anybody that work in a school is an educator. Because you are an example to other children. They can identify with you. And most faculty and teachers and staff are like parental representatives, basically.
Yeah.
When they're not at home, they have another authoritative, well, I don't even call it authoritative figure, it's a parental figure. That's
Right.
what I call you guys. So I think it is, and you're right, it is very important that they see you guys. That's awesome. Okay, so what made you want to come to Dubuque? What brought you here besides working? But what actually got your curiosity to come here?
My husband, he actually was already down here. We were doing long distance. So right around the time we got engaged, is when I moved down here. So I had to move for him. I did want to change as well for myself. And it has been a good change. It's different. It's smaller, but I like it. It's smaller. It's good to see everybody. It's more like a family feel to me out here. And I went to NIU for my bachelor's, so it kind of had the same feel as DeKalb does. DeKalb, Illinois, if anybody's familiar with that. So it was fine for me to come down here and transition. But I started my new life down here, and that's just kind of how it came about.
Awesome. I think my internet is trying to act up. I'm in a real big house and big place, and so sometimes it acts good and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm gonna sit somewhere else.
Okay.
All right. All right. Well, that is really cool because a lot of people were led to believe that when you're coming here from Chicago, you had no other choice but to come here. And it's so good and very important for people to know when they come here you are kind of like starting anew and looking for good,
Mm-hmm.
opportunities when you get here, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. So you're here, you recently married, congratulations, and you're
Thank
here,
you.
you are educator. What part, um, aside from your work, what other things are you doing in the community, and are you looking to do other things in the community?
I haven't really branched out much in the community. It's still new to me. I'm still trying to learn. I'm still trying to network, and I'm in different groups. I've got to meet you. I've gotten to meet other people. So I know we kind of been brainstorming ways to bring more people, especially people of color, together and have more resources for them. So I'm still learning it myself. I'm still trying to figure out where I fit in, where I can be an additional resource in the community. I know we talked about doing like a block party. I know there's talks of ways to improve Comiskey Park and things like that. So I guess I'm just trying to figure out how I can use my skill set and my resources with the school district and my role, and kind of put myself out there. So I'm still learning. I would like to do more things in the community. I would like to network more. Um, so I'm still learning. I'm still figuring it out and how I can place myself to be a resource. So it's a work
Okay,
in
so
progress.
here's one of the questions. Yeah, I think that it is a work in progress, because everyone, when they get here, you are trying to get acclimated to your area. So when you got here, besides your husband, who was one of the first people that you've met that, like, someone is, I won't say influential, but influenced you to, like, branch out? This is a welcoming place, which I love.
Mhm.
So, and it's very friendly people here. So when besides your husband, who was one of the first other people you met and kind of like,
One of the first, well, I guess one of the first people that I met will have to be my one of my coworkers. When I started as a parent in Prescott, I was partnered up with a kindergarten teacher. Her name is Aria County. She's one of the first people that I came in contact with and kind of built a relationship with. She's very passionate about what she does. She's worked for Prescott and just in the school district for over 8 years now. She's doing great things there. And then I just kind of formed relationships with my coworkers, some of the teachers, my principal. I love my principal. She's awesome. So those are probably the main people that I dealt with the most. And then some of my husband's coworkers from, like, when he works at Red Robin part-time, so we got some good friendships with them. But I want to say Andrea, I think, has made a big impact for me in education. And then it just started to branch out where I started to get to know people a little bit more, and what the teachers are doing, and really getting involved in the school district and seeing what we're trying to do. So, but I have to give a shout out to her. So hopefully she sees this. She's one of the first that was very welcoming, and we had a good relationship in the classroom. So
awesome.
yeah.
That's really cool. That's really cool. So here we are in the midst of this pandemic.
Yes.
So tell me, how, the day that you found out that schools were closing, what was going through your mind, and tell everybody what was going through your mind and how did you adjust?
I was very sad. I was I do want, everyone to be safe. And I know it's just something we can't help, and it's nerve-wracking. I know people are having anxiety and things like that, but I was very sad because I I don't know how else to be here for those families. Like, we are doing things online, and we're calling, teachers are calling and keeping in communication via the internet and phone calls and whatnot. But uh, I guess my thing was, what about the kids? Like,
Mm-hmm.
are they getting, meals, 3 times a day? Are they getting read to? Are they having those interactions and doing the work that they need to do at home? And, do they have those resources? Is somebody giving them a hug? Is somebody always praising them and giving them a high five? Is somebody taking them outside? And even the families, is somebody, helping them with getting the resources? Do they have a printer? Do they have internet? And do they have food at home? It's just, You know, we do like a food pantry at school. We do all these different things, and it's just, you know, it's just
Yeah.
that we aren't physically there to be there for them when they do need us, and so that's hard.
Yeah.
I do enjoy being at home and being with my husband because we had busy schedules, so it's been nice having that extra time. When we've been trying to get outside and get fresh air, but I still want to make sure that people are still safe and people have those resources that they need, because I know with my role, I play a big part in our school. I'm a representation of our school. A lot of people come to me first with any questions or anything that they need. So that was kind of hard to take a step back from that. I'm here, but I'm not here. So I'm
Oh,
not there. So that's been kind of hard. But we are doing the best that we can. You know, our principal has been very involved, and all of our teachers have been reaching out to families and doing Zoom meetings and things like that. So we're still having contact, so that makes me feel better that we are able to get a hold of families and check in and whatnot. So, you know, it's just how it is. You know,
yeah, I know.
unfortunately.
I
So,
know. It's like the longest summer break that you all have had.
yes. Yes, was not expecting this when I came back from my wedding. I
Oh,
was like, and this is happening.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of interesting when the school is back in and you
yeah,
all kind of get with those children. They're gonna be. I know there's gonna be many that will be happy to see you,
yeah,
but to get them reacclimated into being in class and adjusting, that's I guess that's where you all step in, and
yeah,
we do appreciate. My children are grown, but I always appreciated teachers that had a heart for the children, and
yeah,
I can see that's what you have for our children out here, and I just want to say thank you, and all the parents
yeah,
that will
yeah,
be listening. They hope they find a deeper appreciation. I'm sure a lot of them that are at home right now have a
yeah,
big appreciation for you guys at this
yeah.
moment. Oh
No,
my
we
goodness.
understand.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So in the midst of all of this, what are any do you all are you all being briefed every day, like for the future plans, what's going to happen? Because I know we are, but what about you guys? Are you all pretty much doing the same thing?
Yeah, I'm getting pretty much an email every day. I know the district is they're day by day working on things and keeping us in the loop and keeping us communicated. My principal, you know, definitely keeps in communication with us. I know the teachers have been doing meetings weekly I believe via Zoom with their families. There's also staff meetings via Zoom every week. But yeah, we're getting emails and keep staying informed about what's going on with the district and just for the families. And so we also been encouraging families to make sure they're checking their emails and make sure they're checking their voice messages and whatnot, because sometimes I do a weekly call to just update any families that may not have any internet access, just so they know what's going on. So, but yeah, we're getting emails and I'm getting phone calls sometimes from our principal too, as well as about things that need to be done or just what's going on with the district or any changes. So they're constantly working. They're
Awesome,
constantly
awesome.
keeping us up to date about whatever's going on. So
That's good. So now we talked about work, we talked about all the other stuff. What do you do for fun in the midst while you in the house? And we're very limited to entertainment. What do
yeah.
you do? What do you guys do for entertainment?
We actually I've been trying to work out more and do more physical activities. We've been going bike riding. We are doing Zoom with family and friends. I'm on the internet, I'm looking up DIY stuff, whether it's doing my hair, whether it's trying to fix something in the house. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been keeping my busy with trying to do that. I'm trying to learn how to do more self-help stuff and just things on my own. So this has been a good time for me to like do DIY and be on Pinterest and YouTube and things like that. So that's what I like doing. And also reading. I've been trying to read,
Good.
and we are interested in learning the stock market and investing, just because now this is put in perspective of, you know, you may not still be getting paid, you may not have a job, you know, things like that. So having other forms of income and so just stuff like that. yeah, that's just kind of
Mhm.
what we've been doing.
Awesome. Awesome. So what advice would you give to someone that is in the house and they may be alone, and probably because this time also a lot of people aren't paying attention that they can be like depressed or something like
Right.
that. What can you speak to, what would you say to them?
Um, I guess it's a little bit different since I do have like somebody here with me. But I do
Hmm.
find that even having my husband here, I still find myself with my mood being off because of what's going on, the anxiety of that, and then just feeling like I'm trapped in the house, even though I know I can just at least go out to get fresh air. I would just say, just keep yourself busy, whether it's just, for me, what helps for me is keeping myself busy, whether it's cleaning or disinfecting something, whether it's watching a video, learning how to do something, whether it's reading, listening to music helps me a lot. I love listening to music. That's a stress reliever for me.
Hmm.
Calling and checking in on family and friends and whatnot. I usually call my sister every other day. And we're on the phone for like an hour updating each other on stuff, or she found a new idea about something. So keep yourself busy. I think that that helps a lot, and it distracts you. I personally think it distracts you. I've never been diagnosed with being depressed or anything, so I can't really, speak too much on that. I do know that
Hmm.
people do suffer from that, and so I don't want to take away from how they're feeling and just saying like you're fine. No, I know there are issues and things that some people have to work through, and I'm totally understanding of that. Um, so if anything that I can say that helps, I hope that distracting yourself can be a way to not think about it too much. And I've also been
Hmm.
trying not to read up on the coronavirus. I think that's what we're doing too much of, is constantly reading and constantly updating ourselves on it. So I am trying to avoid anything that is coronavirus related, because I think that it stresses us out even more. So not
I hear
reading on that. And me and my husband even talked about that. We're like, okay, we're done reading about this, because every
that. I know.
it's just frustrating. So I'm like,
Absolutely.
no more of that. So, but for me, keeping myself busy has been very helpful. So I
Okay.
do recommend that to anyone that's by themselves or stuck in the house, and just call somebody. The video chat helps a lot. Just being able to see, a friend's face or a family's face, that helps a lot too. So um, I do
That's
recommend.
good. That's good. So yeah, I would, and I'm with you. I can't speak to those that are feeling isolated and depressed, but the one big factor: turn off the TV,
Yeah,
stop reading. If this is stressing you out, just alleviate it. If it's something that you really need to know, check in, once a day, if something, but
right,
don't get too caught up in the news. I
right.
totally agree to that. Oh my gosh, yeah, because this is stressful, very, very stressful. And so I do want to thank you for spending time with me and
Of
telling me,
course.
and sharing your experience. And hopefully it'll be more we'll be talking about, because I want to have a group of us on here just having some type of perspective here in Dubuque, and how we're helping each other or what we're doing in the community, so all of us can have like a conversation, maybe something that's happening in the near future we can all get on. Others, I do plan to interview a couple of other people, entrepreneurs in the area, what's going
Okay.
on. So I want us to just have a network of us doing things so we can let other people know that we're
Yep.
here.
Yep.
we support. We support you guys, and I do want to thank you for so much for spending some time with me today, and gracing me with your presence. I really thank you so much.
Of
And
course.
and this will hopefully go out to the world, and other people want to get in touch with you. Now, I know a private person, but if someone want to reach out to you, how can they reach out to you that
Um,
you don't mind?
I'm on Facebook, Angela Lee. Um, I'm on Instagram, so you can go on Instagram. It's
Hmm.
Angela.Watkins89. Um, You can reach me by email too. My email address is awatkins3129@yahoo. If anybody is need information as far as like registering or anything like that, right now we haven't gotten too much information about that for the schools. But whatever you need to reach out to me about, I'm totally open to it. So, but yeah,
Okay.
look me up. I'm there. I'm out there.
Awesome. 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 Well, thank you so much for doing this one-on-one with me.
Yeah,
And again, thank you guys for listening. And I hope this helps someone out there. And till next time,
thank
one-on-one with
you.
Goldie. Thank you. Just hold on a second. Hold on.